heading into the strikers. All I need is to have a decent return from the strikers,
Don't joke it.
and I'll let
Don't
you go
joke it.
first. We'll leave the anticipation.
Okay. So this is what my scarf was in reference to because I not to pat myself on the back too much. I knocked this one out of the park. I absolutely crushed the striker position. I went with Hani Mukhtar, Jesus Ferreira, Bernaire, Cucho Hernandez, and Julian Carranza. Hani was the highest fantasy points scorer. Bernaire was my only miss because he left, made that transfer. Otherwise, I crushed it with the other four.
I think you cheated by taking Mukhtar as a striker. You
We
should have
both
put him up.
agreed on it, so you can't
If
say
you so
anything.
here's the funny part, right? If you put Mukhtar at Cam, I probably end up doing something like taking Ryan Gauld. Or no, not Ryan Gauld. It probably pushes down like a Ricky Pooge or something like that from you. So I end up taking him instead of Pereira. And then
It would have knocked Thiago Almada off mine.
yeah, but I wouldn't have taken him probably because I
Yeah,
didn't
but
think about.
I would have lost an extra like 274 points.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you were gonna go Almada anyway, because I think you knew I wasn't taking. Hey, listen, let me make my reality, okay?
Okay.
And then from there, slide that up. You would have taken like Chicho Aranjo first because we were both high on him. And then I would have done something like take, I don't know, literally anybody else. Like anybody else. Denny Bouanga, nah, probably not. Probably not Denny Bouanga. I wouldn't have taken
I
Denny
wouldn't have
Bouanga.
gone Aranjo first. I would have gone Bernaire first.
No, you would.
I have him ranked. I could tell you who I would pick. It would have been Bernaire and then Cucho I had ranked third.
Yeah. So again, this is my reality, not yours.
Yeah. But let's hit the reality of your picks because they're hilarious.
So because Connor cheated, I was forced to
Uh-huh.
go down a route of perennially injured and or transferred within 3 weeks. God, this is so bad. So my first pick was Chico Aranjo at 54 points, who was gone from LAFC before the season started, and then brought back to RSL with like 10 games to go.
They tried to save you. RSL almost saved you.
Chicharito at 24 points, who uh, got injured 10 games into the season. Willie Agata on 42 points, who got injured 10 games
This
into
isn't
this
even the best pick still. We still haven't even gotten to the best pick yet.
fight. Brandon Vasquez at 126. That's my highest scorer. Great pick. The GOAT. And then Sebastian Ferreira, 11 points out of Houston, who didn't make Benny Ball team and was sent out on loan.
Amazing.
This it, there are not many performances that are impressive as what I've just done. To miss on one is expected. To miss on two, okay. To miss on three, wow. To miss on 4 out of 5 in an attacking category in a league that is built simply to bring entertainment through attacking return, to miss 4 out of 5 picks is nothing short of substantially mesmerizing. I am flabbergasted at how awful these picks were. Goodness me.
How
I'm
did you
speechless. Like I said, I got hit by the injury bug. That sucks. I should have known Aranjo was going to get pulled. So that stinks. Ferreira, that's a unlucky, right? And then
ah,
yeah, because I knew
I don't know
Benny
if that
Ball
was
was
a
gonna
great
I knew
pick to
he was gonna be
begin
an
with.
outcast in Benny Ball's system. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It's not like he was a world beater coming in to the season.
He was. He had like 13 goals for a garbage Houston team, and then he had players around him. He was expected to be good. Anyways, all I needed to do was not poop the bed, and I pooped the bed. So I averaged 51.4 points. Connor averaged 154 points, bringing the final total average 123 to 127. I have lost because I missed 4 out of my 5 strikers in this challenge.
Let's go.
A year long challenge down the drain because I can't pick one decent striker
From one position.
from one
You
position.
lost the whole thing from one position.
It is pure heartbreak.
I
I
mean,
mean,
in fairness, a few of the top strikers this year were just we like completely didn't consider because they were new. Like no Yakumakis, no Benteke, I believe. And those two were top 5 in terms of ratings this year. So yeah, there was only so much you can do. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of swing and misses. You should have gone Polito. You love Alan Polito. I guess Polito did miss some time, so maybe that wouldn't have been the best choice.
I'm, you know, if I were sitting in a press conference, people ask me this question, I have no answer for you, right? There are times in elite level competitions like ours that you just make mistakes, and that's what happened today. Today, I made a mistake, and I missed my draft.
I will say in your defense, everybody else outside of the like 5 that I picked or anybody that was not picked that I considered ahead of the draft, I think only one of those guys ended up being successful this year. Or at least like I'll say was one of the top strikers, and that was Brian White.
Yeah,
Everybody else that I considered was lower on the list. Like did not have a great year. So it was hard to predict it ahead of time. I think a lot of new strikers kind of hit the scene this year.
yeah, I look at it now. Bawanga would have been in the left mid category, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't have counted here.
So he wouldn't have counted for this. Kucha was gone. Vela was a winger. Brian White thought about it, didn't expect him to get to the level he was last year, and he actually surpassed
4
him.
goals. He had 4 goals the season prior. Like
right.
It didn't make sense for you to pick him unless you were doing it for the memes, and it would have worked out so well for you.
just out of curiosity, let's say instead of like let's say I take a meme pick at 5, right?
Yeah.
That brings me to 83.6, which would have brought me within 1 point. I still would have lost, but it would have taken me within 1 point. Benteke, I wasn't sold on DC, so wasn't really thinking him. Swiderski, I thought man, how bad would that have been? Instead of Vasquez, I took
Swiderski.
No, not Swiderski, Capetti.
Oh God, yeah, that would have been brutal.
That would have been the worst 5 draft picks of all time. Oh, he had 87 points, so it wouldn't have been too bad. But
that's you have 5 strikers, not one hits 100 fantasy points. That's
bad. No, that's fair. Swiderski at 156. Giacomakis wasn't in the league yet, so when we drafted this, he wasn't an option, I don't think. Yeah. Bobasi, I thought overperformed, and I wasn't going to take him. Polito was hurt. Mikel Ure, I thought Carranza was the guy, so I didn't bother with Ure. And then, Nico Giacchini, who was on St. Louis, so we weren't looking at him. Or, the next person would have been Duncan McGuire.
There's no shot you would have picked Duncan McGuire. You didn't even know Duncan McGuire existed at the start of the season.